All right, y'all. Part two. Back at it again. I was recently just told that I am an ass. And I did not feel offended at all. Y'all was not offended at all. I was something like, okay, what do you want me to do about it? Um, all because I ain't even finna give you no time. I'm not explaining myself to nobody. Mm-mm. Unless it's my kids. And I don't even really explain nothing to my kids because they know me. So it's just not too much explaining to it. My apologies if y'all clicking on here and y'all have not been watching me. Y'all do not know me. Don't feel like I gotta tell you my name. But for this video here, I will. My name is Shells. Shelly to be exact. hmm Um, you might as well say Chattanooga's most hated. Well, that's only for the jealous folks. Cause I don't know nobody that's actually on their stuff that would be hating on me. Nobody. Everybody that I come in contact with is either they know somebody that's jealous of me and they trying to figure out why. And yes, jealousy is exactly what I said. In the two times you worried about what somebody else is doing in their doggone life, that means there must be a reason for you to be invested so much. There must be something that this person has, possesses, holds, something that you do not have in order for you to constantly keep on speaking about them. No, and it is what it is. This is point blank period. Um, and then it's a whole bunch of them other people. I ain't worried about it. I ain't finna talk about it, y'all. If you don't know, it's gonna be a lot of times y'all probably gonna hear me eating. This is one of those times. Now, my mama told me not to. A lot of people say you ain't supposed to talk and eat, but the most conversations that people be having most of the time, and I know that was incorrect English. I don't know why I always gotta say that. Like, pause real quick. Y'all, I used to get hit in the back of my doggone neck for speaking incorrect grammar in my mama house. And I almost, me and my mama really, we had the best relationship. Just best one. I was finna get on here and tell y'all about a little bit about me and my mama. hmm The woman that raised me, not the one that made me. Trust and believe. I don't talk to her and I won't address her as mother at all. Never. Anyway, um, y'all gotta understand my punishment used to be reading the dictionary and stuff like that. So my mama heard me speaking incorrect grammar, then I would get hit. My smart mouth came from that because I was just like, Mama, did you finish school? I didn't say it. Y'all, I did not say it at all. My mother has been passed on 13 years, and I wouldn't even, I'm just saying it humorously for y'all, but that's exactly what I used to say in my head. Not everybody who used to be a child. It was a lot of stuff that you wanted to tell your parents that you just never told your parents. Now, had my parents still been living to this day, it's a lot of stuff that I probably would say to them, just like my granddaddy. I just got done talking to my granddaddy not too long ago, and now we can actually have a decent conversation or whatever, because I was telling him about this marriage situation, and he was just like, yep, it's just like when I was married. Not to my grandmama, because that's the reason why me and my granddaddy got into it, because I wasn't even with my daughter's father at the time, but I ended up living with him because that was the only safe house that I actually had to go to, that I was gonna be protected. No, I didn't worry about him fighting nobody, but I know that him or his granddaddy wasn't gonna let Dallas do nothing to me, actually, honestly. And that's just period. So, Judge, if you want to know what the situation between them, Eric know all about Dallas' abusive ways. Eric, his mama, and his grandmama. I mean, I said his grandmama. I ain't never talked to his grandmama, but apparently his mother must have told his grandmother some stuff about me, because she wanted to meet me too before she passed away. Rest in peace, her beautiful soul. I think I talked to her on the phone one time, if I'm not mistaken, but that was about it. Um, but yeah, my granddaddy got mad at me because he was just like, I just don't like it. I just don't condone it. And I'm just like, okay, well, wasn't you talking to my mama or my grandmother when she was married to my granddaddy? Who are you to speak? Because my granddaddy that stays around the corner from me, for anybody that's wondering, or judge, that's not my biological grandfather at all. That's the man that raised my dad, but that's not his father. The man is black as char, and we ain't. Before I even knew that was not my biological granddaddy, I just knew that wasn't my biological grandfather. I'm just like, man, what in the world? Why the hell my daddy looks so milk chocolate, and this man is black, like dark chocolate black. And we don't look alike at all, but he was dating and fooling around with my grandmother when she was married to my grandfather, George Christian, the light skinned man. So yeah, he got mad at me because I was doing something that he said he felt like I was doing. I was just like, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm over here. This is a friend. He was giving me and my children a place to stay because I was only supposed to be staying with Eric for like 2 weeks until they got my apartment together. It ended up turning into 3 months. And I know him and his granddaddy was tired of me and my 6 children been in that house, but I appreciate them, and that's the reason why still to this day, if they need anything, they can always come and get it from me. And matter of fact, I still go down there and get things if I need it, food, something to drink, whatever. Like Eric granddaddy, he an asshole too, but we both are the same, and we actually kind of like each other. Cause I mean, I like him. I think he like me too. We just don't have too much to say to each other because we know each other's demeanor. But I was talking to my granddaddy, and he was telling me the same situation happened with his wife, and he was just like, yeah, cause she gonna tell me you ain't finna run off and go be with another bitch. And I was something like, but wasn't she with somebody else, granddaddy? He was just like, yep, sure was. I said, man, this don't make no sense. He said, yep, that's the reason why I decided never to get married again. I said, and I'm almost there with you, granddaddy. I'm almost there. Anywho, first of all, y'all, when I say this rose right here, on everything I love, yes, I cooked it yesterday, but it's better the next day. Oh my God. Y'all, I ain't trying to brag or nothing, but the girl can cook. Like, seriously, I can cook. Well, anybody that know me, kind of, they know that. Mm, 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 mm. Now, I don't care how long this video take. Unlike any other time, I normally let my food get cold when I'm talking to y'all. I'm not gonna let this get cold because I'm talking to y'all. I'm just not gonna do that. Y'all just gonna have to listen to me talk through my food. All right. So going back to the situation at hand, I don't know where I left off at, and y'all, for some odd reason, y'all think that I just be playing in what I'm supposed to be saying when I get on here. I do not, cause it's a lot of things that I say off camera that I wish I actually had somebody walking around recording me, so y'all would know exactly what I be feeling, what I be thinking on a, how can I put it, hour to hour basis, not just day to day basis. It's not too much I can put into 25 minutes. So whatever. So we just gonna go back to the relationship thing. Cause when dude told me I was ass, I said okay. Um, he told me ain't no man gonna want to be with me because I act too much like a man. I said, if you say so. I said, the most successful men is the ones that don't allow relationships to actually get into, the mix of what they doing. And the women that they with, they know that they're more of it's not work first, but it's more like goals first. I'm not gonna get sucked into no doggone relationship when I have goals that I need to achieve. And whether y'all want to believe it or not, I could achieve a lot of things in 13 years had I actually put my goals before a relationship. Okay, so I learned from those mistakes. So we're just gonna talk in general about codependency in relationships. Cause y'all, I'm not an expert, nothing at all. But everything I'm telling y'all about, I done lived it. I done seen it. I done been around people, going through it. I told him he was very codependent on a woman or a relationship. That made me start realizing that he ain't got his stuff all the way together either. And I can't be with a man that ain't got his stuff together because, baby, I'm trying to get mine together. So if you ain't got your stuff together or even attempting to understand where you going wrong at, then what can you do for me? So I guess I'll be a lonely man, but I doubt it. Because, just like him, it was other men that was trying to converse with me, but I didn't feel like they had their stuff together either. So it is what it is. So for some odd reason, I feel the need to share this story about my mama with y'all. Because a lot of people think that I'm rude. A lot of people say that I don't have respect, but I do. I respect what needs to be respected. I address what I don't respect. I don't know how can I make that even clear. Like I can't make it no clearer than what I just said. So I'm gonna give y'all a prime example. Everybody know I'm adopted. hmm Everybody know that my daddy ended up going to a club and having sex with a loose woman. Yeah, because she already had two children before me. Y'all be getting mad because I talk about my birth mother. That's my right. Okay, I'm just saying that because I done heard a lot of people say I can't believe that you talk. I can't believe that she did what she did. I can't believe that she was actually so lenient with her doggone body that she would lay down and create a doggone baby by a man and wouldn't even care about taking care of the child. So don't sit here and talk about how I feel about the woman because I'm able to feel the way I'm supposed to feel about the situation. I'm gonna tell y'all how I felt about the woman that raised me when she told me about the situation. Yeah, my mama didn't tell me until I was 13 that I was not her child. Could y'all imagine that? 13 years old. And I'm talking about taking pictures or whatever. Oh, that's another thing. On that Sasha Christian Facebook page, I'm trying to figure out why all my doggone pictures of all my children for 13 doggone years, why everything is deleted off them pictures besides the pretty me account that the person that was asking for them nude pictures of my daughter that I was talking to, them two pictures up there. I'm glad they was up there because that's what led the investigation for as finding out who was behind the account. I'm gonna let everybody in Chattanooga. I'm gonna let y'all plug it in with who was actually behind the doggone account. Y'all will see it for yourself when they end up going to jail for child pornography and all the rest of the stuff that they was going to jail for. Hmm Don't tell me I ain't got my proof, baby. I'm glad that it was still on there, and I got my iPhone to see all the text messages and stuff that I had said and what I wrote, all the communication that people had with me because somebody told me, how you gonna say so and so kicked in your door? I said, well, the proof is in the doggone pudding. Why the fudge would somebody even text me and say, are my children at home? And then as soon as they come in the doggone door, somebody else was apparently following them to my house to kick in the doggone door. Now, the only reason why I didn't say it was an attack on their life because they was trying to see if my children was at home. Okay. And I sent that on to where I need to send it to as well. Because I'm tired of y'all people playing with me. And that's just period. So that's that. But we're not here to talk about that at all. Mm-mm. I've already handled what I need to handle when it comes to the situation. I'm not going to keep on discussing something that has nothing to do with where I'm going in my life at this present moment. Okay, I've taken care of everything I'm supposed to be taking care of. So we just gonna talk. Y'all, I'm really rambling because I'm trying to eat this food. When I say it's delicious, delicious. Anyway, okay, so let me put that down for a minute. My mama told me when I was 13 years old that I was adopted. I was asking her about her and my dad having other children. Did she want any other children? Yada yada yada. And she was just like, yeah. Around the time that, how did she put it? Around the time that we knew your mother was pregnant with you, I had just had a miscarriage. Well, my mother didn't have a miscarriage. She actually had she was pregnant in her tubes, so she had to have a tubal ligation or something like that. So they had to take out one of her tubes. So I'm assuming that the woman that raised me that my father was actually engaged to because they were engaged before he ended up having sexual relationships with my birth mother. All that was explained to me after this question. So she was just like, yeah, so I had to have one of my tubes removed, so I wasn't able to have any children. So me being 13 years old, and I'm just like, well, what you mean? Because I'm here. Like, um, I'm here. My mom was just like, I didn't have you. I was like, what you mean you didn't have me? She was like, I didn't have you. Um, she was just like, me and your dad end up going to the hospital and getting you. Y'all, when I say I thought my mama and my daddy had really kidnapped me from a hospital, like I'm 13 years old. I'm not putting it together that infidelity actually does happen like that. Cause I was one of them children that you stay out of grown folks' business. You don't be in their face. So I didn't really know too much about nothing. My imaginary friends was my best friend all my life. Like 2 years old. Y'all gotta understand, my brothers are one. I call my brother Albert Jackson Jr. is my brother. His pedophile ass brother, Bruce Jackson, that's not my brother. Yes, and then Judge, I said it exactly the way I said it. This is the man that used to molest me in my mother's home, and is for the longest. Anybody can ask him, and trust me, I had to talk to my mother, our mother, and tell her son was doing it. So I don't mind nobody else in the world knowing. He know what he did, and he know that's the reason why he stay away from me. So it's people that I still see on a day-to-day basis that used to molest me, and they know that I have issues with that. So when it come to my daughter in this situation, I was never gonna let that slide ever. Never. For the individual that thought they was gonna be able to do that just to be able to get back at me because they can play games too, baby, that's something that you're not finna play with. And then when it come to my kids, Judge, when I say I heard one thing on the way up earlier on YouTube or something like that. Sorry if I start stuttering. That's because, baby, my mind just be gone for a second. They said, "What keeps you from being who you really are?" And the girl said, as she sips her drink, "Prison." And that was it. That's it. You really want to be honest? The only reason why I contain myself is because I was raised properly. I'm still kind of scared of my parents in a way. My mother did raise me to be a very decent young lady, and I still respect her, even though she has been passed on for 13 years. Her legacy and what she wanted for me and the woman that she wanted me to be, all the effort and work that she put into it, I'm not gonna allow nobody just to take all my mother's years and hard work and just say forget it. And I'm not gonna allow myself to just say forget my life just because of what somebody else is doing. Not gonna happen. My daddy, I'm not too worried about my daddy. He's been passed on for 11 years now. But still, even in his passing, I'm not worried about him because I used to have to sit down and talk to my father as if I was the father or if I was the parent. So, and the reason why I'm saying it is going back to the story. Mm. Shout out to Core for this good old water. Anyway, um, so my mama sat me down and she was telling me about, her going through having to have the little surgery or whatever to get a tube removed because she got pregnant in her tubes or whatever. Because I thought like, you know, I was the sibling. I didn't know what to think because she was just not explaining the story to me. So this is where me and my parents' relationship started getting real rocky at the age of 13 because everything that I once knew, everything that I once believed in, trusted, and respected, it was all a facade. It was a lie, literally, a whole lie. So I always respected my mother and looked up to her because I felt like she was a strong black woman. Not independent because she had my daddy. So she depended on him for certain things. He depended on her for certain things. That's why I learned about codependency. I'm going to get there in just a minute. Um, But I was just like, man, I aim to be like my mother when I get older. And I aim to have a man like my father until the age of 13. All of that shattered. When she told me that my daddy ended up stepping out on her after she had the surgery, I guess my mother was going through the fact that she was pregnant in her tubes. She lost a child and she lost 50% of the chance of her having children anywhere else. So I was sitting up there like, you ain't shit ass nigga. Excuse my language, but nigga, you ain't shit. Like, bruh, you know that was your baby. That's the same way I feel about my baby daddy. You know that was my son's father. So I don't know why y'all be feeling in the back like I feel some type of way about him. I don't even know why in the hell that somebody would even sit there and make it seem like I really care about this man actually having another child or nothing like that. I'm just like, y'all don't even understand that I know how he did me. So baby, if anything, I'm more worried and concerned because the man don't change overnight. It don't matter what the hell you look like, who you are, or whatever the situation may be. But I'm gonna leave that alone because that's not my damn business. Um Speaking of codependency, yeah, look at this shit right here. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Um, so I was already like on, a little defense when it come to my daddy, because I'm just like, bruh, I would never want to be with a man like you. So every time my daddy used to try to tell me something, I'm just like, but look at the choices that you have made. Now, if I'm not making choices like you, I'm gonna need for you to leave me the fuck alone because I'm still trying to figure this thing out called life. And you knew a little bit more about life. I mean, you knew that you wanted to marry this woman over here, and you still decided to step out on her and then want her to take you back with a doggone baby, with a mother sucking baby. I was up there like, boy, you, she, yo, she a hell of a lot better than I am, because ain't no way in the hell, my boy, ain't no way in the hell no. So me and my daddy always had like a love-hate relationship, because I'm just like, bro, you still doing the same stupid, huh? You still being the same stupid. That also made me feel some type of way about my mother. Yes, the woman that raised me. Once again, I'm gonna say this again. I'm probably gonna say this the last time. I don't speak of the other woman that had me as my mother. No, because behavior, it's just who she is. Like I just explained in that video down below, because I came to do part two. If I don't like your demeanor, I don't like who you are, I don't like what you stand for, then I'm not gonna respect you at all. I don't give a damn who you are. I don't give a fuck what you feel and who you go get. None of that. I don't care. I don't like the person that you are. I don't like your choices, your decisions, your mind frame, your nothing. I probably don't like the way you walk. Shoot. And it is what it is. She chose that for herself. I did not. Anywho, every time my mom used to try to get on me about certain things, I'm not even trying to be funny. I feel like my mother taking my father back after he cheated. I feel like that was a sign of weakness, because I always looked up to my mother like she was a strong woman. I felt like I felt like I had the American dream. Like I have a strong, beautiful mother. I have a hard-working father. None of my parents on drugs. You know, we living in the same household. Everything is everything. Like everything is all good till I realized, oh, so you took this man back from cheating. After that, he already knew that was a mistake that he can't even really come back from. But you allowed him to do that. So my issue with her was, don't come over here trying to correct me. Not saying that I was not able to be corrected. I'm just saying the reason why me and my parents was always at odds is because you're not finna make me feel like what you're telling me in my life, I should actually listen to it, because I'm looking at the choices that you have made in yours. So that's where we are. That's who I am. That's the reason why a lot of people don't like me, because you can't really tell me too much if you out here making stupid decisions and choices and doing poor things and having poor judgment and all the rest of that. Who are you to have an opinion or even give advice at all? And why would I want to listen to you anyway? So, um, after finding out that my daddy ended up having, sexual encounters with one of them females, um, it very much so devalued who he was to me. I mean, that is my father. So I have that right to feel that way. As well as my mother, because I'm just like, so you mean to tell me that you just let a man just trample all over you and bring you a baby, and you was happy go lucky with taking care of that child? Now, I always felt some type of way about my mother too, because I was at home cooking, cleaning, always taking care of her. Always, well, not always taking care of her, but yes, I took care of my mama a lot. Like I said, my first month or two when I was in high school, I didn't even, well, my 12th grade year in high school, I didn't even really go to school. I was too much at the emergency room, or my mother was at the hospital. She wasn't in the emergency room. She was actually in the hospital at this time, and she was there for about a month or two. And I did not leave my mother's side because I was taking care of her. Mainly because she took care of me. Yes, I know that this is past 13. I understand that. That doesn't change anything. She still was there for me, and I still was going to be there for her. Whether I liked how the situation happened or not. Because it did break my heart a little bit to find out that that was not my birth mother. That's all I'm saying. It broke my heart to find out that my father was not a stand-up guy. That's all I'm saying. Broke my heart to find out that my mother did not stand what I feel like my mother should have stood on. And that's the reason why I don't, yeah, that's the reason why I don't respect a lot of women. Because who are you to sit here and talk about another woman's life or what they're doing in their life, and you don't let a man trample all over you? You don't let a man disrespect you. But you so busy concerned about another woman to not sit there and address the man that's disrespecting you. Because like I told my mother when I found out the situation, I was like, so you mean tell me, like, this is a couple years after when I end up bringing it back up, because I was irritated and pissed off about something. Ain't no telling what it was. Anyway, so I was like, so you get mad at me. I think it was the time where my mother ended up putting me out, y'all, because I went to work. Yeah, my mama, I came home from school And my mama told me to wash some dishes that was in the sink. Mind y'all, I go to school at 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm just like, I ain't been here all day. What makes you think I'm finna wash these dishes? I ain't been here. These grown men, that's your sons, they been here. I'm not finna wash these dishes. I gotta go to work. And I had to walk over the bridge, Third Street Bridge. I used to work at McDonald's when I was in high school, so I had to walk over the bridge. I was already late because they scheduled me to be there at 2:30, knowing I got out of school at 2:15, and I didn't make it home till after 2:30. So that I was taking care of myself at this present time. So I'm just like, ain't nobody finna jeopardize me getting no money to take care of myself when ain't nobody providing me with nothing. Same mind frame that I have at this present moment. Anywho, my mama told me if I walk out that door, I can't come back. And I was sitting up there thinking to myself, well, if I stay in this door, then who gonna take care of me? Because not trying to be funny, but y'all, my mother needed help with light bill, water bill. My mama needed help. She had other people staying with her that wasn't doing nothing. So I'm just like, well, the choice is yours. Because if y'all walk out this door, that means I'm just gonna be financially taking care of myself. And I did at that present moment. When my mother put me out and she didn't allow me to actually come back home, I ended up going to my cousin Kamita house and I paid her to stay in her basement area. Um, I also was still going to school, Judge. I was still working, and that was it. And to be honest, between me and you, Judge, I still didn't do nothing but sit in her basement and smoke weed. And did my hair. I still spent time with my boyfriend when I was not at work. I'm really a basic, boring person. I've been doing the same thing my whole life and don't plan on changing. Not really. Um, but anywho, so me and my mama had it out. We had a doggone dispute or whatever. And I was just like, so you mean tell me you gonna get upset about me trying to financially take care of myself so it could be less of a burden for you and try to physically or financially help you in the home. And you get mad at me because I don't want to do that. But you didn't get mad at my father when he decided to go have sex with somebody else and did not even think about your feelings or what he was bringing to you. And then you didn't even stand up to the situation. Like, ain't no way in the world a man gonna be breaking me no doggone baby that I gotta take care of. Like you just cannot do that. Cause I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you like no. Now I understand my mother has a heart. That's the reason why sometimes I make poor choices and decisions as well because my mother has a big heart. I've seen my mother take care of a lot of people. I mean, seriously, take care of a lot of people. There was a lot of people in our house all the time. Always feeding a lot of people. I don't know how in the world she did it off the amount of money that she had, but she did. Um, so I aim to be like my mother all for the most part, but not stupid. And I don't care what nobody say. Nah, I'm not calling my mother stupid. I'm saying that the actions in certain things that she did, it showed lack of intelligence, meaning foolish, stupid, or however you want to put it. Um, and I did not like that. I couldn't mix well with it because I'm just like, wait a minute, you was over here putting this man on a doggone pedestal. You was still cooking for him. Like for 13 years, y'all, I didn't see my daddy do nothing. Nothing. That man didn't do nothing. If he said he didn't want to go to church, he didn't want to go to Bible study, nothing. That man said he wanted doggone chicken and dressing on a doggone Tuesday. My mama was making it. And I sat there and I watched everything. Y'all think that I've been just evaluating y'all just because I'm grown? No, I've been evaluating my parents and the life and the world around me since I was young. And there was a lot of times that I would sit there and I would laugh. Now my mama knew that I was an asshole a long time ago. And that's probably why I used to get hit in my mouth all the time. And that's probably why she used to hit me just randomly because even though I didn't say anything, baby, I ain't got to say nothing with my mouth. It's my facial expressions for the most part. I know a lot of y'all can feel that because all I got to do is look at you and I can sit here and then look at you and you know that I'm looking at you and saying that you full of shit without even saying that you full of shit. Oh, that was a personal message. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, um, it was one day that me and my daddy ended up going to a mall. Or going to the mall because he used to work at Hamilton Place Mall, so we used to always visit Hamilton Place Mall a lot. That's the reason why I don't like going shopping because I feel like it's overrated and I feel like people just want to be seen. Period. Um, so we went to the mall and what was it, Jamboree? I believe they still have Jamboree. It was some girl that my daddy was talking to in the mall. This is the reason why I don't trust men. My daddy used to work at Crystals in the mall. hmm Every doggone store in the mall, I guarantee you, it was a woman that my daddy was flirting with in the mall. I started using it to my advantage. hmm That's the reason why I'm able to sense when I'm dating a man and they children try to use she with my dad, or yeah, she was my daddy, so I'm gonna see what I can get out of her. Not a damn thing. The same shit my kids get. You ain't getting a damn thing up out of me, child. Not nothing. Hell no. I don't give a fuck. If I you and your daddy can go. And that's just me being honest, y'all. I'm dead serious. And vice versa. Cause my children not finna ask no man. I done seen some kids be really extremely disrespectful to the man that their mother is talking to or whatever. They always think they can get something out of them. They're not respecting them as a parent figure. So, anything that I say about what I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna allow my children to do it when it comes to the man that I'm dating. And that's just how it is. So, um, we get in the house and I forgot what happened. Me and my daddy going out somewhere. And my mama was talking to my daddy and he was just like, "Okay, I do it in a minute." I turned around, I was something like, now my parents never argued. I never heard any loud arguments from my parents. My father never hit my mother. Never, never put his hands on her ever. Even though they had moments, yes, he did cheat on her. Yeah, my daddy was a cheating ass man. That's all I can say. He was a promiscuous man. He just liked variety of women. That's like kind of my issue with men because it don't matter what you have, baby, you gonna get old. You gonna get played out. And especially the same way you get them, it's the same way you gonna lose them. I don't care who say what, it don't matter. You can have a good little 2-3 years with a man. It could be longer than that. It doesn't matter. You still gonna end up losing him the same way you got him because he's a cheating man. It doesn't his cheating ways did not stop when he met you. It just probably declined a little bit because maybe you was the catch at the moment or something like that. So let's just be honest. Boy, hey man, I know you probably gonna listen to this. Stop texting my dog on phone. I reply when I get ready. Yeah, you know, yeah, that's the reason why men don't like me anyway. It's cool. Um, and see, Miss made me forget my dog on train of thought. But okay, so on the same lines, men when it comes to cheating, women y'all gold digging ass females. Judge, I'm sorry, but this is just how I gotta explain my life and not my life, but the life that we live. You may not live the life that we live, but this is just it. So I know if you was in the courtroom and you was hearing all them cussing words, that the video that she decided to play, I'm pretty sure what I'm saying to you right now is not gonna kill you. It's not gonna make your ears bleed. Okay, so these females, a man end up getting a female like that. He was just like, yeah, cause I got this and I got that. That don't mean she ain't going nowhere. You know that most women like that will actually be with a man and they gonna want you to put them in the vicinity, in the environment of other men of the same character. Property pockets, deep pockets. And the whole time that you bringing her around as if she's a trophy, she's trying to look for the other man that's in the room that got more money than you. Because that's her mind frame. That's where my parents in their relationship actually made me stronger because men actually don't like the fact that I try to help build them. No, I've never gotten that back. Only from one man. That's only from one man. But me and him, we fight like cats and dogs. Not physically, but me and my daughter's daddy, y'all, we have went outside and squared up together. Like literally. It was one time I called his phone and I'm just like, you supposed to be my best fucking friend, Judge. I was talking real crazy to him because I was going through things in my marriage and he did not answer the phone for me. And I'm just like, bro, you ain't even trying to be here for me. Like, you supposed to be my best fucking friend. And I forgot what he said, but it was funny. Like we have a love-hate relationship or something. Like we both really, it seemed like we both bullheaded. Like we always clash, but in a good way when we going against other things and other situations, because we both kind of see the same view on a lot of stuff. We don't like BS at all. But anyway, enough about him. So I've been, just watching things for a long time, and that's what makes me feel certain ways about women. Especially these very arrogant, very boastful, very ignorant minded women. Yeah, I mean, I'm pro man and woman. I'm pro very being in tune with what's going on. Now, them people that sit there and try to paint another doggone picture and then want to sit there and try to act like they just got it all, I'm sitting here like, you fool. My mama said, if you ever really want to disrespect somebody, call them a fool. My granddad didn't say it to you real quick. Stupid. You just stupid. We don't like things that don't make sense. And Ain't no way in the world somebody gonna sit here and be talking about me or my parenting skills or what I do for the relationship when their whole life explains that they done made a whole bunch of horrible decisions, but you want me to feel some type of way about you not liking what I do in my life, but the decisions that you have made have caused a whole bunch of problems for not just you, but those involved in your life, and you want me to feel like you discussing me in hee ha manner makes me feel some type of way. I could never. I just could never. Like a woman that don't really take care of her kids, I could never allow you to sit here and make me feel some type of way about the roles that I have played, not in just my children's life, but in others. All children still speak the same way about me. Most of the children probably ain't gonna, oh no, you ain't finna play with me, shit. And you're not. And that's for children, grown people, old people, you know, senior citizens. That's for anybody. I don't care who you are. You just not finna play with me like that. And I see that a lot of people think that just because they're at a certain age or they have a certain ranking, because married people feel like you not just because you're not married, you can't tell them nothing. I'm just like, well, wait a minute. Let's pull up some examples of your marriage. Let's pull up something that you can speak on positively in your marriage to make me actually feel like I should listen to what you got to say. Because even when it comes to my parents, once again, my mother had an in-home business, Shelly's Daycare. My father, he worked, even though he was a hoe. My daddy was at work every day. Now that's one thing that he never allowed. He didn't allow no woman to stop no money. That's not at all. But he may have played with them while he was making money, you know, on the clock. But if the woman was not at his job, he was not finna get off work to be sitting here trying to play with no female out here in the streets. No, because he was very particular about his money, real, important. He wanted to make sure that he can always take care of himself. And that came from the fact of his mother passing away. I believe my grandmother passed, I want to say right before I was born, like literally a couple of months before I was born, maybe. And his sister, his older sister that took care of him, or, that was around, I believe she passed away a couple of years after I was born. So my daddy always felt mentality like mentally he need to be able to provide for his own, and he did that very well, no matter if he had a woman or not. So I can, say that. Even though he had to depend on me after he ended up getting with the wrong woman, and he had to have me, and he moved in with me, and that's where me and him started having it out. But whatever, that's another story for another day. Um, my parents, like I said, my daddy always kept a job. He wasn't a drunk. He didn't drink every day. I never seen my daddy drink alcohol at all. Not up until the age I was after my son was born. Like I think my son was maybe not even 2 years old, and I found the alcohol bottle in my daddy's car, and I'm just like, "You drank? I ain't never known you to drink." And judge, I swiped it real quick. I sure did, because my daddy wasn't supposed to be drinking anyway. So I'm just like, well, let me go ahead and take this. I get it from you. Yeah, I still believe I was um younger than 21, so I probably shouldn't have been drinking anyway. But it is what it is. I had been drinking since I was 15 years old because it was alcohol that was always around my house, and I was smoking since I was 12. No one knew anything because I always concealed it perfectly. And I still went to school, still went to work, still was practicing. Well, I still was in the band. I was in a marching band when I was in high school, so none of that affected anything. And then the people that was in the band, they'll tell you we used to take shots before band practice. I don't know how in the world we did it, but baby, I can't do that no more. Um, Anywho, like I said, my mother was a great woman. She went to church all the time. She was always having home cooked meals. Like I learned a lot of stuff from my mother. Like I don't go to church. No, I stopped that a long time ago. Once the church seen that I was in an abusive relationship and marriage, and they didn't decide to offer no doggone help, and it's people that's been knowing me all my life, I said, middle finger to you and this building. And I'm just saying, that just is what it is. I feel like you're supposed to go to church for guidance and help, and that's in all aspects of your life. And when I felt like I wasn't getting no guidance or no help, then I'm in the wrong spot. So it is what it is. Where else am I leaving off? Cause y'all, I be talking. Like I really do be talking. I don't know who listening. I don't know why you listening. I don't know why I feel the need to tell my story, but maybe my story in the way I look at things, and maybe the things I went through in my life, maybe they can get you to open up your eyes to maybe what the world around you and what's going on. Cause one, I would never be sitting there listening to nobody that ain't got their proper, status up when it comes to relationship. Like if you're not in a healthy, happy relationship with yourself, first of all, you should never try to be with nobody else. Mm-mm. If you not in a healthy, happy space in your life where you trying to actually progress on your own, you shouldn't even try to invite nobody else into it. If you are trying to be with somebody and you see that they're not having these skills, then you need to leave them where they at. Just like this man that's been texting me twice. Codependency issues. And y'all slept with this man one time. Now I used to talk to him and used to talk to him very regularly, but you not finna just be blowing up my doggone phone like that, sir. No, because I'm not dependent on you. You still have a life. I still have a life. If you can't respect the fact that you understand that I'm still able to be the same woman that I was before you decide to mess with me when I'm on my own life journey, then I don't want to fool with you because now it's a whole, well, I don't know who else she around. The same people I was around before I started messing with you. And that's a personal message to you, honey. Because I know you listen to all these doggone videos. Don't do that. Because I'll cut you off real quick. And now I'm going to need for you to get together after this or we can be non-existent. Okay? Okay. Anyway, um, yeah, if y'all gotta understand how codependent relationships and codependency on someone else is extremely toxic. I don't care what nobody say, cause that's what made me and my mama relationship kind of iffy. Cause I'm just like, so what was this man giving you that you felt like you couldn't live without? And the only thing that it boils down for me was the fact that, well, he was my fiance. Well, if he was your fiance, then why did he go out here and sleep with this? Yeah, and that's what I call my birth mother. This. You should have had more standards for yourself, is what I told my mother. You should have had more standards for yourself. If he did that, then you should have walked away. Period. And let him deal with the choices that he have made. Mm-hmm. My daddy didn't like that too much. And that's the reason why y'all gotta understand. There's a lot of y'all in Chattanooga that do not like me. If I didn't care about how my parents felt about the way I viewed things, then who the fuck are you? Okay? I'm telling y'all everything that me and my parents actually had conversations about when they were here. I have one child's father. Matter of fact, all my kids' father can tell you how I talk about my birth mother and how I talk to her as well. I don't sugarcoat nothing for nobody. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing for y'all people either. And I'm not finna sit here and allow somebody that ain't got their doggone life together to be sitting here discussing mine and he and her because you don't have enough time to be doing that. You should be working on yourself. You should be trying to figure out where you went wrong in the situation surrounding you and why you feel like being who you are is a big joke or you doing the things you do is so hilarious because it's really not to a person that actually sit down and think about things very logical. You make yourself look like a fool, period. Okay. um but yeah, y'all, I can keep on going. It's a lot more to the doggone story. It's a lot more that I can tell y'all back and forth in between and everything else in the mix of how I felt, of what they did, and yada yada yada. But that's just me as a person. Logically speaking, this is how I look at relationships. This is how I look at a lot of people. It's the reason why I don't trust a lot of people. This is the reason why I don't talk to a lot of people about my doggone life because a lot of people ain't got theirs together at all, at all. And it's funny to me because the more you spend time worried about somebody else, the less that you have time to invest in yourself. And that's not what a real boss actually does. You know, not meaning you gotta have money, but a boss, a CEO, someone that actually oversees their self. You're supposed to be a boss in your own mind frame, a CEO in your own mind frame, even if you just taking care of yourself or taking care of your home. You gotta have some type of order and structure. Apparently, y'all don't have too much of that. But you have enough time to discuss someone else. Hmm. Well, talking ain't never made you no money. Well, I don't know, because talking actually make me money. I don't know about you people, but talking actually makes me money. Because apparently I actually have a lot to say about a lot of situations, and a lot of people don't really look at things the way I look at them. And maybe it could help a lot of folks out. Now, trust and believe. I don't give a doggone about helping you more than I care about helping myself. Because I done seen a lot of people help someone else and they actually get to the point where they need to be or want to be, and they forget about the people that help them. So when I say I'm always gonna keep some juice for myself, I mean that. I'm gonna always keep some juice for myself because at the end of the day, it's me. Don't nobody help me. Don't nobody help me think about this. Like I could just be out here just bubble headed, just bobble headed, just stupid. It takes confidence to me or to be in the mind frame that I'm in. It takes a lot of integrity Yeah, y'all say it's ego, but no, I call it confidence. I'm extremely confident in who I am, the way I think, how I look at everybody else. That's the reason why I don't care about who laughs and giggles, because in the background, I'm laughing and giggling at y'all. I'm just like, wait a minute. I'm not understanding how you got room to laugh. So, Judge, that's the reason why a lot of people actually hate me. They won't open their mouth and say, I don't like the way she talk about us. I don't like the way she said this about me. Well, change it. Because I'm still going to be able to talk. And it may not be you that I'm just talking about. Because it could be a lot of you out here. Plug the situation and yourself in where you resonate, okay? Just because I talk about one, just like on them doggone tarot card readings. You think just because they say everything and actually pinpoint everything that's been going on in my life in the last year or so, that they just talking about me? No. Didn't I tell y'all in all them readings? The reason why I connect with this person is because me and my Aunt Mary, we both have ex-husbands, soon to be ex-husbands. That's just dog-ish. That's just trying to take us down through there. That don't really care about children's well-being. That's abusive as hell and yada yada yada. My sister, spiritual advisor, LLC, family. Don't give a damn about her. Well, not about her, but about us in general. Try to do all kind of other stuff. Um, Shoot, I don't know. Like it's a lot of them. I don't even know my connection with all of them like that because I don't listen to tarot card readings at this present moment. And for the ones that were in the back that was so curious about this tarot card thing, I just wanted to make sure it was true or not. Like y'all, I thought it was a magic trick. I'm just like, okay. So I don't know what the hell these cards mean. So let me try to figure it out. Still to this day, I ain't finna Google what no doggone tarot cards mean. And when I get my own deck, then I start reading the instructions and directions the way I'm supposed to. But I did have a Uno deck. Yes, I did. It was my children's. And I made Uno cards out of tarot cards out of Uno cards, or however you want to put it. Now, my biggest thing for Mr. Judge, you. I don't know now one of y'all name, but I know both of y'all watching. It is what it is. Um, if somebody would have wrote kill on the tarot card and put it in my mailbox, ain't no way in the hell I'm throwing it in the garbage. That would have been my definite proof because I'm just like, this her handwriting right here. This what she said right here. This what she left in my mailbox. This can prove that she was actually at my house. Lies. And I'm gonna tell you one thing: the tarot cards that I made out of Uno cards, or Uno cards, however you want to put it, baby, it ain't got just no one word on. Cause I got I guess my money's worth out of it. I put two messages on one card. It's one on top and bottom, and I showed it in the videos down below. So trust me, I don't have nothing to hide. I don't hide anything. If I'm grown. First of all, I'm grown. Just because I'm 32, just because I don't have nobody else to stand for me, that I don't need to. I'm grown. I can admit when I did something wrong. I can also stand up for myself when I haven't done something. And I can always stand up for me and my children no matter who don't stand up for me. It don't matter. I'm grown. And I realize a lot of these people ain't grown. That's the reason why they got to group up and do things together and everybody got to have this person back. Because go talk to this person. I can tell you, this person can tell you she did it too. What? Not come ask me. Come ask me, baby. I'ma tell you. I don't have no reason to lie, Judge. When I tell you I don't lie. That's the reason why I don't like most of these doggone people, because they lie. Not just about their doggone life, but they lie about who they are and who they betray to be. And I don't like that at all. I don't like liars. And that's the reason why I don't fool with certain folks. Because even them two that was in that room, in the courtroom with us, not my daughter daddy. We ain't gonna talk about him. Like, you know, he is just who he is. Them two lying. They trying to make it seem like, oh, we scared of her. But they never opened their mouth and said every doggone thing that they did. And both of them have done some very manipulative, mind playing tricks on my mental to get me to flip out. Oh, they don't say none of that, but they'll just say, oh, she did this. No, baby, because one action is called for a reaction. Your actions and the way I react to your actions, that's on you. You can't sit here now. If you ain't do nothing to me and I just end up flipping out on you, then that's completely different. But most of the time, I mind my business. I don't act out of character. I react, and sometimes it may be out of character because I didn't ask nobody to be bothering me. I'm good on my own. I like chilling by myself. And you see the reason why. Because a lot of these grown people ain't grown. And I'm talking about if I'm 32 years old and there's people that is older than me and they not grown, well, I sure can't see myself being around nobody else. Like, so do I need to hang out with some 50, 60-year-old people? Actually, I work with 50, 60-year-old people and I get along with them just fine. Love them to death. They are really great women. I enjoy working with them. It's never no problem. We all come in for the same thing. Um, it's good. Now it is some young minded people. Um, they probably got themselves together. Don't know because I ain't out here searching. Apparently, I'm not in the right environments either because these people just want to go out clubbing and want to be over other people's house and drinking and smoking and stuff like that. Judge, when I was drinking and smoking, when you can get the police officer to pull up my dog on Facebook page, I was at home, baby, at home, and didn't even need no company then. At home by myself because I like being by myself. You know, I went and did my homegirl hair, and I just so happened to be mentioning the situation that I had going on surrounding my home, and she was just like, "Bitch, I wish you would have called me, cause I would have came over there, and I would have been like, well, where that be?" See, that's the reason why I didn't call. In all honesty, and that's exactly what I told her, "Bitch, that's the reason why I didn't call you, cause I could have did that on my own." I'm trying to keep the comfort. I'm trying to keep the BS. It's already people trying to get me out of character. I don't need to be bringing you along in the situation just so it could be more of a situation. Like, yeah, that's that on that. Boy, I'm talking about it's just too much out here, and I ain't trying to be rude to nobody, but that's the reason why I look at all y'all folks and I laugh because it's not just y'all that I evaluate at this present moment because y'all around me and my children and anybody else in between. I've been evaluating myself, my surroundings. Once again, my brother was the person that molested me. My supposedly brother. I was the one taking care of his doggone children, and it still did not matter. Been knowing him all my life. So even a person I thought was blood, shoot, it don't matter. Shoot, blood cousins and relatives have sexually assaulted me as well. Let's not go there. I mean, we can go there too, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Um, Family and then friends, they don't care about trying to help you out or nothing. Like, I have seen this in my 32 years. That's the reason why I try to tell my children exactly what's going on. I'm not finna sugarcoat nothing for my kids because I want them to know instead of have to experience it for themselves. That the ones that you say you love or they say they love you, baby, they don't even love themselves. They don't even do right by themselves. You gotta actually find someone that cares about doing right by others. Because that's the person that's gonna do right by themselves. Now, if you clicking up around some other people that wanna harm, my mama always used to say, the devil comes in three forms. Anybody that try to steal something from you, whether it's your happiness, your joy, your your pride, your life, your goals, anything, damn devil. This is what my mama would say. Kill. Same thing. Your goals, your aspirations, who you are as a person and things that you want to do. Damn devil. Destroy. Same thing. It don't matter. Sometimes they want to just steal it from you. Sometimes they want to kill you or just kill the dream or the hope or just destroy it. Now, I ain't really know nothing about witchcraft and witchery until this past year, but when you put them three up, steal, kill, destroy, you have three fingers that you holding up. The only reason why I just said that is because that's what I'm doing at this present moment. Them three fingers is a W. That's witchery. So y'all thinking that y'all really just got to worry about these devils out here in disguise. What about the witches that's out here doing the work for the devil for free to steal, kill, and destroy? So not only do I know what's going on in the world around me, I've been knowing about how people will, molest children and try to sweep it under the rug. Family members be covering stuff up. Folks be taking stuff from people. All the, stuff like that. Yeah, I done seen it happen too many doggone times. My mama ended up getting a lawyer for a home that I think her daddy had built on Olds Avenue and was trying to figure out who owned it because when my Uncle James passed away in the house was just towed down. Everybody went over there, got a little brick or whatever, and they tore the house down. I'm just like, why in the world would you tear down a house that a man built for his family? Ain't that like a family heirloom? Why would y'all do something like that only because the property was sold and it wasn't split up evenly? See, my family don't be wanting me to talk because they know that I know too much, and I also educate myself. So a lot of people don't know half of what I know because I'm the one who taught myself, and I research things for myself, and then I just go get somebody that actually has legal ways of pulling it up and be like, okay, well, she was right about that. And that's all they do. So they really can't really charge me too much because I already told them how I found it, how I figured things out. I just put the pieces of the puzzle together and, present the puzzle. And I'm just like, here you go. All right. So I just need you to check it and make sure everything's right, like homework. Um, Shout out to my math teacher and Mr. Smith. I think that was his name, the black man from East Lake. He used to leave me in charge of his doggone class all the time, just to teach it, because that's the only way he was gonna keep me in there. Because when he was teaching me, I got bored because I already knew what he was trying to teach me, and I'm just like, I learned that last year on my own because my mom used to have me in the house all the time, and I really didn't do nothing. So my mom would always give me a book for a year or two ahead of my grade level. So when I end up going to school, y'all, I was always bored because I already knew what was going on. My children have the same thing going on, like school to them is kind of nothing because they already know what's going on. It's like they always pass their classes. The reason why I always had N's and U's in conduct because I was talking a lot and I was not caring about nobody else's education. I really didn't, because if they cared about their education, they would go and educate themselves behind the scenes like I did. I'm just saying, not trying to be rude, but yeah, that's just who I am. Anyway, y'all, I'm finna get off here and call this man back. I think I done got him sweating a little long enough. Like, whatever. Let me try to put on my peppy voice and try to act like I actually care about, returning a phone call, which I don't. Mm-mm. And y'all know that he gonna be listening to this, and yeah, I don't lie, so I don't care about him listening. Y'all just like she just say whatever she want to say. Well, it's the truth, and I'd rather somebody be completely blunt, honest with me, and sit there and BS me in my doggone face like I'm not intelligent. So it is what it is, y'all. Well, I hope everybody had a great Wednesday. Today is hump day, honey. It's almost over with. The week is almost over with. I got a lot of exciting things going on, happening, all the rest of that. For whoever came to my house today and you knocked and you run the doorbell, I was in the bathroom, moisturizing my face. And by the time I got down the steps, you was gone. So, oh well. I'm just saying. I don't know why the hell y'all feel like it's okay to pop up at somebody's doggone house and don't even call first. Dang, can't do that. That's rude. hmm And y'all, I've been over here talking to y'all, and my roasting got cold, so I'm now gonna have to go back and reheat it. But I probably am not gonna reheat it. I just give it to Hayes, and I made me some tuna, y'all. So I'm gonna eat that with these crackers and see what this man got to say. I hope it's a better conversation than it was yesterday, because yesterday's conversation kind of bored me because it's always what you doing, what time you finna go to bed now. No, that's the conversation now. Like, what you doing? What time you going to bed? I don't know, and I'm not doing nothing. Maybe it is me. Maybe I am a problem or the problem. No, mm-mm. I'm just too very much so comfortable being dependent on myself and not being somebody else's business. And when somebody can just sit there and pick up the phone and have a conversation with you about just life in general, then maybe I have something to talk about. But you're not gonna keep on asking me what I'm doing, what my plans are. Baby, I've been plotted on too many doggone times. That sound like setup vibes for me, and I can't do it. I've been set up too many doggone times anyway. Can't do it. I'm all right. Ask me something else, just in general. But all right, y'all. I hope y'all had a great day. For whatever reason, I decided to come on here and discuss a whole bunch of stuff that has nothing to do with y'all. I hope it reached someone's ears. I hope it can help you in some type of way. If it cannot, just discard it. You ain't got to even listen to me at all. But I'm just saying, it helped me out. So I might be able to help you. hmm Okay. So let me get on this phone conversation and sit here and play solitary until I find something else to do with my life. I'll probably be back later on tomorrow if I got time, because I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Okay. Have a good night. Bye.